Now that brings us to the Santai, or I've translated it as the three levels. You'll see it as the three layers. I was looking up other translations of Santai, and Wikipedia has it as the three realms. I liked that. I was like, "Ooh, that's a good word." And I thought, "Ooh, that's a dangerous word because then we can imagine all sorts of things." Now, the Santai, or the three layers, in Chinese culture and medicine, it refers to Tian, Di, right? Heaven, earth, human. And the problem is that when we say that, it sounds like it's three distinct layers, and it's not. So what's important is we have heaven. We have earth, and we have everything in between. Human, we'll call it. Tian, Di, Ren. When we see this, we think, oh, we're working at the heaven layer. Oh, we're working at the earth layer. Oh, we're working at the human layer, as if we could somehow not be affecting the whole thing. And that's not how it works. Heaven is connected to earth all the way down. But there's a series of things that we're going to describe as heaven-ish. But the effect is all the way down. Earth affects all the way to heaven. This, anything that happens in heaven has a dramatic effect on the earth. Anything that changes in the earth has a dramatic effect all the way to heaven. And we, all life as we understand it, exist in a bathtub of heaven and earth. So our entire existence is unconsciously shaped by this interaction of Tian and Di. Now that sounds esoteric, but it is not. Because when we work on the human, we work on our partners, I'm going to be using language that we're more focused on the heaven layer, but we don't want to forget. When I say heaven layer, I'm saying we are accessing things at this layer that will cascade all the way through and therefore affect the human. And when I say we're working at the earth layer, I'm implying that, yes, that's our focus, but I want our repercussions to go all the way up. In short, it's our focus is going to have a very wide impact. Really should do that. And that. And that. And maybe my focus is here. Maybe my focus is here. Maybe my focus is here. But at no point should I ever forget that it's influencing all. And this is where many of us will have trouble staying present. And we will forget about the cascade of influence. It's very nice in English. I was very proud of that phrase. In Deutsch, cascade, like the water cascades over a fall. Cascada, yeah. So it's a cascada of influence. Boom, and then. Now, that does not mean I get to go, and everything changes. That means I'm not keeping it real, right? Rule number 1 was keep it real, okay? So What is important is when we work in any layer or realm or whatever word we want to use, we are not in a vacuum. Our presence or our technique is going to reverberate all through, like I just demonstrated. And it's going to be felt through all the layers. Some will be very obvious, others the influence won't be, but it will be there. Please remember, these are not heaven, earth, human, separate ecosystems. The three together are one ecosystem. And that's a very big concept to grasp, that it's not three different locations. It's three different aspects of one ecosystem, one thing. Hence the term holistic. But if I say this is holistic and I move on, everyone goes, okay, and nobody grasps what we're going to be talking about. So what we need to do is we want to create harmony between the three, or a positive response throughout the layers, even as we are focused on one of the layers. So our influence, as we work in one layer or another, should influence the others in a positive manner, because we are working in harmony with what's happening. We do not want to create disharmony or negative responses in the other layers as we work in one. So we don't want to say, well, this is what I'm doing, and in the meantime, we're missing that the repercussions of our decisions are negative in the other layers. So what is the Tiandiren, or heaven, earth, human, for us in our modules? And it can be many things. It is, in this context, our skin, our fascia, and our fluids at the surface. It is our skeletal system at the earth. And this is our muscles, sinews, tendons, ligaments, etc., and our organs and everything else, okay? But we're looking at this. The next thing we want to understand is that this, the heaven, is also, I think that's still in the camera. Oh, wrong color. Spirit. Emotions, yeah? Down here are essences. That which makes up the physicality of us, inside of us. And our chi, which is everything from spirit and essences in action. I have many videos where I talk about this, and if the chi is not functioning well, it is too fast, too slow, too gathered, too dispersed, the spirit will be affected and the essences will be affected. If the spirit has a problem, then the essences and the chi won't go do the correct things because the spirit is not helping them do their job. If the essences have a problem, there isn't the fundamental nourishment of substantial, tangible things in the body, then the chi can't be built and the spirit gets no nourishment and either dips or separates and goes up. Okay? So this cycle, Jing, Qi, Shen, essences, chi, spirit, and skin, fascia, I want us to be able to hold in our minds that we are working very tangibly on the body, skin, fascia, this kind of things, as well as the spirit, and the muscles, as well as the chi, and the bones, as well as the essences. And we don't want to be esoteric about it. We want to stay over here knowing that there are repercussions that affect these three. But I can tell you from years of watching other people practice, if you try and go here and just be over here, we think and imagine we're doing things, but often no change happens over here. And Dr. Shea would always say, the only thing worse than wasting a patient's money over many treatments is wasting their time. Because if you aren't getting them better, they're getting worse. So we want to stay in this realm, but in the back of our things, we want to recognize this reality. But we don't want to chase this reality.